How you doing?
Well, all right, everybody. Questions for Jaden? Damien?
Jaden, we talked to you Thursday about big performance for you,
Mm-hmm.
career high 10 tackles, big tackle for loss there on their fourth down play. How do you feel you've been playing over these last couple weeks and stringing things together to the point where you're now listed as a potential starter going into Saturday's game?
I definitely just think I've just been getting 1% better every week in practice. That's really what our focal point is, just getting better than we were last week. So really just how I'll attack the practice week, how I have a good week of practice, and just continue to get better in practice and then translating that to the game field.
Andy?
What's that been like working at Mike along with Sam? I mean, he's obviously a veteran of the position, and learn anything from him along the way?
Oh yeah, for sure. Like you say, he's a veteran, so he teaches me things every day. I teach him things. This in the linebacker room, there's just a whole bunch of guys that are willing to learn and willing to get better. Like I said earlier, we're just trying to get that 1% better. So always taking coaching from coaches, from players, teammates, all that. Just we're always making each other better, and that's always I can always go to Sam and ask for him for advice or like a tips on a particular play or formation, stuff like that.
You say 1% better. Does it feel like that's kind of what it's been over your career? I mean, sometimes we ask, is like whether like a eureka moment where the light bulb just kind of came on. It feels like this has been just slow and steady progress over several years.
Yeah, definitely slow and steady progress. I definitely would say towards the end of the Stanford game is kind of where I felt a little switch, a little click. But besides that, it's just been 1% better. How can I get better this week? How can I improve this week better than last week? And that's really just the main focal point.
Other questions for Jaden? David and then Damien.
You said end of Stanford game. Any particular reason why, or just just kind of felt good right there?
Just coming out of that half, I started to feel a lot better about. I was playing with a lot more confidence than I usually was, and I think that was the turning point. I was playing a lot faster towards the end of the second half, and Boston College has kept that going.
You guys have forced a lot of turnovers these last couple weeks. What is that like as for you and your guys when you can come out and make big explosive plays like that, disrupt the game, and give your offense the ball back?
Yeah, it's the big main thing we focus on. Before every practice here, we always do a turnover circuit. It's just it's very put into us on how important turnovers are and how they can change the game. Just being able to, like you said, change the momentum of a game off of a turnover. So it's definitely one of our biggest focal points, and it's what we focus on. Like I said before practice, the turnover circuit, and that shows up in the game. So as long as we keep doing that turnover circuit, it's going to keep on showing up for us, and we just got to keep on playing how we're playing.
Damien, then Miriam, and Brooke.
Jaden, David just asked you about the turnovers, but it seems like with the amount of sacks you guys have been getting, it's also leading to turnovers. Is there a way you guys have married those together, and the fact that the front four has been able to get such good pressure that you guys have been able to capitalize on that?
Yeah, like Coach always says, the rush and the coverage, they work together. So just having those front four that are going to chase the quarterback, sometimes it rushes the quarterback into making bad decisions, and that's where you capitalize off of those type of plays. Just having a D-line that's able to get back there so fast, the quarterback can't really go through all of his reads and make the plays that he wants to make if there's someone in his face. So just continue to give him pressure, just to continue to play fast and physical, just make things muddy for the quarterback. It's going to be a hard down for him.
You guys played a pretty good rushing offense at Boston College. Georgia Tech's got a really good rushing attack, and Jamal Haynes has probably been one of their better pieces at running back. What's a key for you guys this week against their rushing offense and finding ways to limit some of those 4, 5, 6 yard carries to 2 or 3 yards?
Yeah, it definitely starts today. Practice, and you really got to hone in on stopping the run. And that's what we've been doing the past couple weeks, and we've been progressively getting better. Just keep on focus on the run. If that's extra run fits after practice, you'll see the backers out there. You'll see D-line out there doing extra run fits. You'll do just extra anything, or just focusing on the run during practice. That's really just been what we're focusing on, trying to get better at that every week and keep on getting better and just making offenses one-dimensional.
Miriam, and then Brooke.
this series against Georgia Tech usually comes down to the wire. Like, it's pretty close. And we've seen on Thursday night what one quarter could do.
Yeah.
What's you guys' message as a group in actually, like, finishing these close games?
We just got to play all 4 quarters. You just got to we have flashes of playing really good quarters. We just got to put it all together as offense and defense, and I think that will take care of itself. Just being able to play fast, physical, and free all 4 quarters. I feel like we're going to be a hard team to play with whenever you're playing all 4 quarters like that.
Georgia Tech just put on Twitter that their quarterback's day to day, and I know y'all have to scout as if he will be there on Saturday. So, what do you expect from that offense with or without him at quarterback?
Like you said, we really just got to train for both. You got to know what they like to do and stuff. But the backup quarterback, we played against him, so we have some film against him. We know what he can do. We know what he's capable of, his legs and how he can run. So we just have to be able to have both game plans ready and be ready for both quarterbacks, whether it's the starter or not. Just being able to play our defense though. So just not changing on who we are, but being able to play our defense still, no matter whoever the quarterback is.
You got hit for the flag on the sideline with the quarterback. Is there an element of like, what am I supposed to do in that situation where it looked like he was in bounds and not quite out of bounds, and they still flagged you?
Yeah, it can definitely get tricky on those situations, whether to hit him or not. But we still got the turnover at the end of the day. So just being able to flush it, go to the next play, and just keep on playing and not let it linger in your head, that penalty or whatever. But at the end of the day, it's like a judgment call. You can't really be mad at the refs because they're not perfect. We're not perfect. So if it was a call or not, we just got to go to the next play and flush it.
Price said you sort of have to be cautious when it's the quarterback in that situation. But how hard is that to flip a switch to being like you're going all out after a player, but then like you realize it's the quarterback, you have to change and
it's
kind
kind
of let
of
up
a thing you got to be aware of. When I was running to him, I realized it was a quarterback, so I wasn't trying to hit him as hard. But yeah, it can always be a tricky situation whenever it's always a quarterback involved. Those guys are kind of protected, and we just got to be careful with what we're doing, where we're hitting them at, and this location on the field, like you said, just on the sideline. We got to be careful.
So you could have hit him harder.
I like to say so.
Other questions for Jaden? Everybody good? Thanks, Jaden.
Thank y'all.